Hello, everybody. We are here with ShadiHD. We're here to talk about many things, but primarily, Warcraft Chronicles of the Second War. Custom campaign, a remastering of something, Warcraft 2. Maybe you can give a better brief than I, the mastermind.
Yeah, go sure. First, thank you for this opportunity and showing your interest in our project. And it's a good opportunity for the fans to see what we've been doing for the past couple of months. Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to all my friends and teammates: Templar, 777, Bagista, Moonman, Mr. Goblin, Triceron, Spooky, and finally Architect. So, to start off, this project has been around for over a decade, so it's not something that was born out of momentarily idea. It was originally made by Templar 777. He's been working on it, like I said, for more than a decade. So it's actually a custom campaign for the classic Warcraft 3. And the way he told me that he's been taking his time, uh, putting it on hold for a while, then going back to it. But he reached a point that he's actually done a lot. Like he reached all the way to the Beyond the Dark Portal expansion. But he was about to. I think he told me that he was, on the final touches of finishing this campaign. Then Reforged announcement happened. Like all of this, like he was about to prepare for release. Then Reforged announcement happened, and all that changed the game. He decided to stop. Okay, what the hell happened? Uh, we need to take a step back here. Then I think he took a break for over a year until Reforged Beta started. Then I think he told me that he decided to move on, upgrade his campaign into Reforged. So that what exactly happened. Then after Reforged launched, and sadly, as you saw the reception it got, it was a shock for all of us, like a major painful memory.
Everyone but Rotera. Rotera knew.
Yeah, Ritera actually uh, his program is very interesting. I think he decided to upgrade his original model studio. I guess a shout outs to him, of course. We'd like to thank him for this, amazing program. Without it, we couldn't have achieved all of what we achieved. So after Reforged launched, Templator decided to learn Ritera's new program and let's say reforged his models, SD models, like the classic Warcraft 3 models. And I guess I remember I seen the first model he made was the Orc Blacksmith. That was on Hive Workshop. So that was me noticing him. When I first saw it, I think it was around late February, early March. There was a complete silence. Like everyone was, heartbroken. The modding community just, completely silent. Like everyone is reeling from Reforged. Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to mod anymore. So except for Templar, of course. Then I said, okay, this is a very familiar model. Is someone actually doing Warcraft 2 related stuff? So that's one of my first, let's say, earliest interactions with him. Then I kept, watching his progress. Then he started uploading more models. He started doing human banners, like the human kingdoms. Then the moment I said, okay, I'm gonna contact this guy now. He made the High Elven Archer, the male version, if you remember him. And I said, yeah, this guy definitely is a Warcraft 2 enthusiast like me. So, because I have, let's say, I'm a veteran of Warcraft 2, so is he. So you can say that two minds who share the same passion for this old game decided to meet. Then I contacted him, of course. I told him that I really like your models. What you're in about what you want, what you're gonna do. Then he gave me his Discord account, and when we chatted more, he gave me a script first. He didn't show me any maps, any more models, nothing. He said, "Look, this is what I have. I've been doing this for many years." And he gave me the script, the outline, and the dialogues of his entire campaign, from Tides of Darkness all the way to the Beyond the Dark Portal. And honestly, I was impressed. Like, I kept, whole day reading through this script. I mean, this, I said to myself, what he's doing is big. It's not going to be forgettable. It's not something that, just a side fun project. No, this is like, if done right, if it was done right, this is going to be big. And I'm happy that I predicted right. So I offered myself, I said, okay, I want to join it. I'm a 3D designer. Uh, I have experience in leading projects before. So we'd love, sharing our experiences together. I'm also a Warcraft, like I said, I'm also a Warcraft 2 enthusiast, like yourself, and I have a decent background on the lore. What you've done is amazing, and we'd like to start working together. So the first thing I did was doing the original Dark Portal model. In Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft, it has a different, type, but in Warcraft 2, it has a very distinct, just stone pillars, just a concept, like a proof of concept, so he can see my skills and abilities. Unlike him, of course, he's mainly working on models on Retro Model Studio, but for me, I'm doing the old way, old school, like, Autodesk Maya, ZBrush, Substance Designer, like a traditional 3D modeling. So he was impressed by my work, and that's how we started. So let's say 1 month in, another another guy who's, I would consider, a pioneer in Reforged modding was Moonman and Baggyista. They were starting, uploading models. I would say we came up with a term with it, like legoing. Like, you make a model, then you lego the model, give it another piece from another model to come up with a new model. Then we started seeing both of Moonman and Bagista's models, and we decided that, okay, these guys have it as well. They had no idea at first about our project, but we told them about ourselves, and they were totally sold. So Bagista was responsible for the Orcish clans, and he's very good at it. I'm sure that uh, I think you can see the trailers that we did in summer. We did a trailer for the human kingdoms and a trailer for the Orcish clans. So that was all Moonman and Bagista's models.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because so I was like researching a bit. I was looking into it, and one line that struck out to me was in some articles like, since the release of Warcraft 3: Reign of Chaos and Frozen Throne, I had a dream to recreate the Warcraft 2 campaigns using the Warcraft 3 engines. And immediately I was like, wait, didn't they start this in Reforged? Like, uh, that makes so much sense that it's a decade-long project. That's epic. And yeah, so you're assembling the Avengers of 3D
Yeah, actually.
modeling. Rotera's model studio and Maya converge to create the greatest orcs, and
That's actually one of the aspects of our success, that we really understand each other. Each one of us has a specific role. Like Templar is very good at preparing animations, doing complex, let's say, programming aspect of the models. Moonman is very good with doodads, human models or human kingdoms. Bagista is also good, very good with orcs. There's also our friend Trissaron. Trissaron is also a professional 3D designer. So me and him are only the 3D designers in this team. He's also been kind enough to lend us, his assistance in animation, custom models. Then there's after we released the trailer, there was Spooky. Shout outs to him, of course. Spooky is our proofreading guy. He's like an English teacher and someone who's also an enthusiast with Warcraft. So you can see, like you said, that the Avengers assembled that each one of us is very good at what he does, and we have this, let's say, mind connection. Like we know what we want. Each one of us has a specific role that completes the other. We have a big understanding between us, and there's the usual sometimes disagreements here and there, like in every team. But the overall, let's say, flow between the team is very friendly. We support each other, and I would say that's one of the biggest reasons why our project got the success it has.
So like, backlash against Reforged aside, I feel like at some point recently, I looked because I always love to look through Hive Workshop's model section. It's like it's eye candy to me, just like looking at all the cool models, and I noticed like there's actually a reasonable amount of Reforged models being made. But now I'm kind of like, wait, are you guys making all the Reforged models? But I guess my point was like, isn't it? I feel like there was all this backlash, but it seems like people are still making Reforged models. So
That was in
maybe it's not
part
so
that
bad,
was because of us. Yeah, in part that was, I think
or
we
maybe
are
they're all your models, and and it's
partially we are the reason why we generated interest in Reforged modding, because like I said, Moonman and Bagista are the pioneers of Reforged modeling, and the models are very high quality. You can check them on Hive. You'd notice like right away. You can say,
yeah. I'm trying to
okay,
pull
yeah,
some of
that's
them up right
yeah,
now.
yeah, that's Moonman, that's Bagista, that's Templier. These three guys are one of the pioneers in Reforge modding. At first, however, this is an interesting piece of trivia. During, I think, May to June or May to July, 2 months timeline, there was still a backlash against even our models, even against Templiers and Moonman's models. People are still, were still reeling from Reforge. They didn't want anything to do with Reforge, especially in Hive community. Even though that the models were very high quality and the animations work perfectly, the art is done right, they were rated as substandard. And the ranking in Hive community, substandard is like something that is broken or not working correctly or artistically is not appealing. So we contacted the Hive staff. We told them that, sorry, we told them that you should be change the rules now. Reforge is here, whether we like it or not. We have to let's say, pick up the pieces, and we can salvage what we can from it. And the guys did a great job at that. So thankfully, a big shout out to Hive staff. They were understanding, they were supportive. They played a major role in supporting our project as well. So they also got interested in Reforged modding, that they made an entire new section solely for Reforged maps, spells, icons, models. So that was in part due to us, asking them that reconsider, give it a chance, give it a chance, and thankfully that happened. So I'm happy that we despite Reforged negative impact, at least we managed in part, to save at least some part of it and generating interest in it again, despite what happened.
Yeah, I remember because I was making a map and all in the scene when Reforged dropped, and I feel like everyone was preparing to make a map for Reforged, starting to make a map for Reforged, and then when Reforged happened, everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people who were making like something Reforged were just like, oh wait, uh, it's too laggy, like XYZ. And then they all stopped. And like for me, like I stopped making my Reforged terrain. But I was kind of like, maybe in like 2 years, something like this will happen. And then Hive Workshop will be flooded with Reforged models. Maybe they won't optimize the game, but yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it'd be so dope to make a map in Reforged. So like, it'd be so dope to play one, like one that's made for
You know,
Reforged, not like. say a tower defense that's just like it can be used in Reforged.
You reminded me of something funny. I don't know if our friend Templar watching this, but I can say that he's one of the most tough guys outside that has endured the hell that Reforge was. The lag was our last concern. There was a major technical issues and limitations, and we've hit many brick walls, like many brick walls, especially Templier. But I respect his, let's say, passion, or he's adamant on achieving this. So he kept going forward. I kept encouraging him. The rest of the guys, kept encouraging each other every time we hit a technical brick wall. And thankfully, we're still going. But let's say that the like you said, the we'd have to wait for optimizations. We're still waiting for major patches. Reforge hasn't been updated since August, I think. It's been a long time. Yeah, I think it's been a long time since last major patch. We're still waiting for a custom campaign feature because our entire project is solely dependent on it. Of course you can sorry. Of course, you can play it, play map by map, but it's tedious. It's not fun. It's also tedious for us, to if we want to make a map, we have to copy and paste every like hundreds, literally hundreds, and sometimes thousands of triggers and you know stuff, all those
Yeah, yeah,
technical
yeah.
stuff to from one map to another. It's completely unnecessary. So we're biding our time to at least the custom campaign feature launches, so we can move forward. But I want to ensure the fans that we're not sitting, we're not idle. We're completely, everyone is working. We're almost done with the dwarves. I'm sure you've saw some of the
I
showcase.
saw
Yeah,
some of the shots. You have like the two clans.
yeah, we've done the bronze beards and the wild hammers. We're almost on the finishing touches with the dark irons. So especially that some people on YouTube thought that we're just slacking off with these dwarven models, but I assured them that no, these models are part of the project, so you don't have to worry about us not working or something. No,
You're
we're
slacking
completely
off, working for free. Can't
yeah.
believe it.
Yeah, we've faced some of those, but the majority of fans were very supportive, and we're thankful for their support. A lot of people are supporting us. A lot of people donated to us, and despite the fact that you know projects like these, I'm sure you've seen some. They tend to be ambitious, and at some point they just completely stop. But we assure the fans that we know our limits, or let's say we know our capabilities, and we know where we can, approach. So we've shown our fans that we can do this, but we still need support. Donations for professional work, donation for the guys for their hard effort. Each of us has many sleepless nights, many panic attacks, many all of this.
I can't even fathom, man. Like I just make a map. I don't even make the models for the map. Like that's crazy.
Going back to the community, I think also one of the reasons, like when I said I sectioned reasons why we were successful, one of them was our team's connection with each other, but also the fans, the community. Especially that people, like I said, that on Hive community or outside, like they had a major backlash on Reforge. But when they saw what we offered, when they saw that a group of fans who are not corporate, who doesn't care about money, or who doesn't care about strict deadlines or broken gameplay or anything, they saw that we like them, like we speak on their behalf. We want the game that we deserve, and I'm thankful that someone like our friend Insane Monster is responsible for the reforging of Reforged. So we're collaborating sometimes, but let's say specifically, our project is successful also because of the sentimental part of it. Because Warcraft 2 is, I'm sure that for our generation, me and you and people older than us in the mid 90s, elementary school or high school or early adults, Warcraft 2 was a big, like, and StarCraft as well. But Warcraft 2, like, it has a very special place in our hearts, not just for the story, but the feel of it, So that's one of the reasons why people got interested in it again. So that's one of our goals, that we want the people that played it back in the 90s to feel the beauty of it again. We want to introduce it to the newer generation of people, to the younger generation, to show them why Warcraft 2 was special, and hopefully down the line Warcraft 1. So we'll have a complete, Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and with insane monsters, hopefully
Just
he finishes.
make Warcraft 4 right after, in like 40 years. Just take it upon
well if
yourself.
well if the circumstances were, decent enough, I think. Who knows? But in our plate, so this is a big information for the community. Um, right now we're working on Warcraft 2, but Warcraft 1 is on the plate. So we're not just finishing this and each one of us is going off. No, we have a decent, let's say, base for Warcraft 1. So it's not going to stop here. So it's going to take, I think 3 or 4 years of our lives will be dedicated to this project. Uh, I'd like to also speak and give a big thank you to our voice actors, because without them, we wouldn't have achieved what we have achieved. Originally, it was me and Tamplier who did, uh, basic voice acting, just to fill in the gaps, because we really hated, the silent cutscenes or the silent, speeches. We had to put something, even if it was just a placeholder. And I'm sure you'll be able to see that on the demos. But right now that we have filled those gaps, we have many, I think we have about 12 now, 12 voice actors. And this is amazing, that you can see that many people are willing to give their time for us and give their talent for us. We have people who can do impressions. We have people who can do orcs. We have people who can do dwarves. So it's not just someone who with a mic and saying, "Oh, hey, I want to voice that." No, these are actually talented people, and some of them actually worked on big projects. So you know who you are outside. Big thank you, shout outs to all of you, and hopefully the rest of the fans will hear your amazing work once we finally release.
You should get
A
Witty in a
certain thank you.
cameo. Witty has this really great, I don't know if you've watched him. He has this really great voice for like
Well, he
goblins.
actually did. He
Ah,
actually
perfect.
did, and we actually recorded for him. So I'd also like to thank Richard for his amazing support and his amazing collaboration. So, and we actually reserved him for a very special character. We already, he already made a cameo, but people have to wait to see that, and he'll be able to voice act certain characters in the future. And he and the rest, like, they're amazing, especially YouTubers who streamed our gameplay. They've been supportive. They've been directing people to our Discord or donation channels. So I would like to also thank them for their continuous support. I actually want to speak about the challenges of how we wanted to present Warcraft 2 in a format that is suitable for everyone. So a lot of people, when we started, putting screenshots or basic information about a project, let's say a lot of purists, so to speak, expected that we're just going to look at a Warcraft 2 map and just copy paste it into Warcraft 3. Like, just couple of trees, couple of trees, couple of rocks, and that's it. Because back then Warcraft 2, if you remember, had a very basic technology. But that's not going
Yeah,
to be
but
the
it
case with
was
our project.
2D.
Yeah, of course, exactly. So some people actually, criticize that aspect. I mean, if you want that, go play Warcraft 2. It's don't let's say don't request from us to make it like a copy paste. That's not our project. Sorry, that is not our project or approach. So we have a couple of challenges, and especially not just gameplay, but also lore. The story. There's 25 years of expanded lore between Warcraft 1 and World of Warcraft 2 today, and in those 25 years there's a lot of let's say inconsistencies, discrepancies, retcons, and
Oh
so this is,
yeah.
yeah, that's some of them. Like, I would say a lot of them are very disappointing, but for us, we're not going, I want to say this to fans, we're not going fan fiction with this. We're not just going, let's say, invent a whole new timeline, or let's say give characters stuff that is not in the original, story. But what we're doing is a balance, between Chronicles, between World of Warcraft, between Warcraft 3 itself, and between the original lore of Warcraft 1 and 2. So you can say that all of these sources, we try to make a bridge between them in a way that doesn't clash with, let's say, our approach, our vision of how the campaign will unfold, as well as it doesn't clash like head on with the current lore of Warcraft, you know. But we wanted to stick to some parts of Warcraft 2, and we'd like to. I don't want to spoil it for players, but we'd like, when they start playing, hopefully they will see what we managed to keep and what we managed to add. There's also, we added a new system, which is an emulation of Frozen Throne, the secret missions system. So when players were going to play a campaign, there will be some side quests or hidden items that actually unlock secret missions. Of course, I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't want to ruin it for players. So, and these secret missions are not just, they're not just, like a bonus, trivial or filler gap, type of mission. No, they're actually essential. Like they're essential to the story, like a new perspective of a story that you just read on Warpedia, or just a character's mention. No, in those secret missions you're going to witness major events in Warcraft, or especially in Warcraft 2 timeline, that weren't present in the original Warcraft 2 game. So I want players to keep an eye out for secrets, keep an eye out for Easter eggs, keep an eye out for side quests that will affect your gameplay until you reach, the campaign ending. A lot of people, actually, when the hype was, high during the trailer's release, a lot of people started, saying, "Hey, why not add this character? Why not add that one? Why not add this one?" So we made it clear for people that we already have a very big pool of characters, and each one of them has a roadmap, to be specific. Like each one of those characters has, a start, middle, ending. There's character development for that. So we cannot just, randomly, based on your, let's say, based on your request or something, just slap a random character and we have, okay, we have to create some. No, I think we at least let us finish the essentials. Let us reach the final goal of finishing everything. Then maybe we can cameo this one or that one as a fan service, so to speak. We have a couple of fan services, but I'd like to keep a zip mouth about it.
How are you handling like the like there's got to be some adaptation to like the tech tree and like what you can build and like, or is it like, for instance, the units and the stats, are you trying to
Hmm.
like very are you trying to
To
mimic,
make
or are there like
Warcraft 2, no,
adjustments?
no. There will be some minor adjustments, but we're going with Warcraft 3 approach in regards to stats. Uh, Actually, that's one of the interesting things. What we did with the tech tree, is that the basic layout of the tech tree is like Warcraft 2, but the stats are different. Like they're more in line with Warcraft 3 system because it's much easier to navigate. There's also the oil system. It's very hard for us. We're still currently looking for someone who's sorry. We're still looking for someone who's an expert with the I think jazz. They call it jazz system, so he can give us a proper script for the oil system. So hopefully, if someone is watching and happens to have this experience, please contact us. We'd love
So it's
we'd love
just
assistance.
it's a third resource that's triggered.
Yeah, yeah, because Warcraft 2 is very dependent on three types of warfare: air, land, and sea. So we're taking this aspect of Warcraft 2,
That
but
doesn't
it's not
sound
going
hard
to
to
be.
do.
It is a bit challenging, technically speaking, but and especially for people who have never played Warcraft 2, it's going to be a bit, it's going to be a bit of challenge to micromanage all that, ships, air units, land units. But I think with more, let's say, with more practice, they'll be able to get the hang of it. As for the stats, we're not just going for basic Warcraft 2 stats. Actually, a lot of, let's say, Orcish clans, they have not just their own skins, but they have their own identity. Even each separate clan, for example, will have special, stats. They will have special abilities, whether they were passive or active. Even the heroes got the treatment, and I want to emphasize that the heroes' abilities, they won't just be, a rehash from abilities that have been around for 20 years. No, there will be fully custom abilities that are specific to that hero. Like that, it's specific, like to his character, it's specific to his race, specific to his personality. So people will actually see the amount of detail that we've put, on this aspect of the game, especially on the stats. Big shout out to Moonman because Moonman is handling this aspect. I know I think he's probably watching. He'll know that the pain he's gone through in making all of those triggers. So good luck, man.
I mean, I think you guys have the best shot of signaling Blizzard's attention to like add the custom campaigns. So
I think
this
I
is
believe that
the
I've been
ballista.
told. By the way, we've been told actually that Blizzard is actually aware of us. They
Okay, good.
know, and the good thing is that people actually started getting interested in Reforged in part thanks to us. You know, so it's a win-win relationship. Uh, there's a funny thing that with many people, and some of the negative aspects of getting global attention is many people are very let's say defeatists. So if I want to give a term, oh, you guys, Blizzard will just own your game. Blizzard will just send their lawyers to shut you off. Blizzards will just steal your game. I mean, we explained that we're a custom campaign. Come on. Of course, it's a Blizzard owned. Like we're
Yeah, it's
not
you're
doing
using
this.
their lore.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
why do you state the obvious? I mean, you cannot just state the obvious to us. We're not breaking any rules here. We're not trying to monetize from it. It's just a couple of donations. That's the biggest thing we get is donations. We're not doing special, special privileges to people who pay for anything. No, it's just this game is free and it's going to be free anyway. It's like we follow Blizzard's rules, and we actually in part generating interest in Reforged despite its current state. So why would Blizzard think of closing us, right? So this is a valid argument. Like, I mean, haven't you guys thought about that when you decided to just bombard us with those negative comments? No. We want support. We want your encouragement to go on. We don't want you to just, give us those, toxic, I would say toxic comments. Say, oh, you're going to be closed off. You're going to be sued. Come on, come on. I mean,
yeah, everyone said that
excuse
in the
me.
beginning too.
Yeah, I mean, come on, excuse me. We're not stupid. I mean, we know what we're doing. We know what we do. We have clear, understanding of what we're doing. So you don't have to worry about lawsuits or Blizzard owning our campaign. Of course, it's going to. It's their game. It's very obvious. So you don't have to worry about all of these, trivial details.
Yeah, I think there was an overreaction to the new EULA when Reforged dropped. Like, cause like in my stream, there was like a moment where everyone was just like, "Oh my god, like they own everything now." But to some extent, it's like, well, if you're using their game's intellectual property, like, yeah, I mean, they already. It only
Yeah, like I
matters
said, yeah,
for maps that
yeah,
are
like I
like
said,
technically
yeah,
unique.
yeah, true. It's like stating the obvious. I mean, I've read the new terms of use. I don't know. I would say my personal opinion. Some of those new rules are a bit harsh, but they still said that you can still have donations, and there's no limitation, and that's a good thing. I believe that for custom models, or sorry, for custom mods, people who actually make very unique mods, they can still take donation no matter how much. Blizzard won't just keep tabs on how much you generate from donations. As long as you follow the rules, as long as you acknowledge that this engine is their property, it's okay. You can have donations. So in a sense, there is a balance here, that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, definitely. If I remember, the only thing about the like, I think from what I read about the EULA, the only thing that struck out to me as like, oh, that's weak is I think they have like this clause that's like, we can determine that your donations are invalid at any time and like force you to stop your Patreon,
I, I, I
something
think,
like
yeah,
that.
I think that can happen. But I think
They're
if
probably
they
not
want
gonna
to
do
do
it.
that, yeah, they might do it. That if you broke something, like if you started monetizing in an illegal way, like giving they have a strict line saying that you do not give
Oh yeah, special
special
privileges
privileges.
is the other one.
Yes, so that's a very clear, rule, and you'd be, sorry to say this, you'd be stupid if you read that and you still broke it. So you have to be careful that don't give special privileges to donate, Patreons or something. Your custom mods or campaigns or whatever have to be absolutely free, and absolutely everyone will have equal experience of it, and you should be okay. So despite all of that, you can take maybe thousands in donations and you'd still be okay, as long as present a mod that is equally enjoyed by everyone, and not giving special artistic or whatever, special, I don't know, I don't know what you can, like special characters or special shout outs inside a game. So I think if you follow those rules, you'll be okay. And we're doing that for our project at least.
So what I know that this is kind of a open-ended question that might be hard to answer, but what is the current state of the project? Like either from a broad perspective or even just like this week we did.
Well, on a let's say on this week, so like you said, we're almost done with the dwarfs, and we're doing the buildings, the dwarven buildings, like finishing touches. But on the broader term, like I said, this project is a decade old. There's a lot of work has already been done. So our process here is to reforge this campaign. So there's a lot of maps that are actually fully triggered, fully scripted, and fully playable in classic. But we still have to, reforge it to the new standard. So we have, I said, so to speak, we have made a very excellent progress with the orc campaign, the Tides of Darkness orc campaign, and hopefully, so to speak, I wouldn't give exact date, but hopefully within the next couple of months, people might play the orc campaign. And I'd like to say that we will release this in an episodic manner. Orc campaign, let it sink for a while so people can enjoy and get idea what our project is. Then there will be human campaign, Then there will be Orc campaign of the expansion pack. Then finally the human campaign of the expansion pack. So it's like, if you remember the StarCraft 2 approach, like Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and then finally the final, Protoss campaign. So we're kind of doing this approach, but hopefully within, let's say, at least one more year, I would say we'd have a complete campaign, complete like all
Awesome.
campaigns, not just one. Yeah, within a year, and at most year and a half. Like this is way stretching it because we've already done so much. We have all our voice actors, we have all the scripts already. So at stretch, like maximum stretch, year and a half, everything will be in the player's hand. Like from Tides of Darkness all the way to the final mission of the Beyond the Dark Portal expansion.
And if you were a software, or if you were a game development team or something, this is a joke, then that means it would come out in 4 years. You know that whole joke of like it takes twice as long as they say it's gonna take, or something like that.
Yeah, the good thing is that we don't have higher ups
Yeah, yeah.
to grind on our backs. Release this, come on, release this. This will never happen with our projects. We will release when we're adamant on the situation that it is presentable, it is playable, uh, it's going to be played the way it's intended. So that's a very good advantage for us, that we don't have corporates, or we don't have investors, or you know all of those who
Bureaucracy.
do, yeah, all of those who doesn't care about the fans, who doesn't care about gaming community. They just want roll in their millions, release a half broken game, and we can give it a slow fix over the years, like it should be. But no, we're not going to approach that. Of course, we're going to release when hopefully when we realize that, yeah, this is playable, this is fully playable, this has at least the least bugs, this has the way it's intended, then we release it to fans. We don't want I want to assure our fans that we will never release a broken game. We will never release an unfinished game. By the way, there's a note that I forgot that I want to tell the fans about. They have to pay close attention to the soundtracks of the game. We're not just using the classic version. We're actually doing. We have the remastered versions of them. Because our project is not going to be Warcraft without the original. The original iconic soundtracks. So I want to tell the fans that we have the fully complete set of remastered and re-recorded Warcraft 2 soundtracks that are up to the modern standards. So this is a bonus, for the players. And I want to thank Insane Monster and his father. They were able to give us 4 tracks. You know, his father is a musician, and he was kind enough to lend us his time and skills and talent to actually remaster 4 iconic tracks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Literally
four
the
songs.
Avengers here, like everything.
Yeah, so a big thank you to Insane Monster and his father for their amazing contribution to our project. So hopefully not just the models that we're going to release, but after that we're going to make I'm going to assemble the album and release it, the official soundtrack of this project with their respective credit to everyone who was able to have all the names of the people who did the rework. So we spare no expense in this matter. So this project is not just models and upgraded tech tree or something. No, everything is put into details, including the music.
So this maybe is an obvious question, but when you have when you click a unit, right, and they like say like I forget what the
Yes,
Warcraft 2 ones
yes,
are those
yes.
being everything okay.
Of course, and actually, there's a video about that in our low
Check that
craft.
out.
Oh, yeah, you have to check it out at some point. I talk about this in detail. Every single unit has been his lines has been rewritten. I was I was the one who's responsible for those, giving voice lines for the units. So we did a mixture of Warcraft 2 lines and original. I was responsible for the original, voice lines, and we discovered, like we discovered that I was able to make hidden jokes or hidden puns in giving the units. So when players will click repeatedly on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
unit, they will be able to find hidden Easter eggs, hidden puns, hidden references, hidden jokes, even hidden, funny, let's say, insults, but not harmful insults, but funny insults at other characters or something. So hopefully, I want to tell the players, please take closer,
Click
pay
every
closer.
unit
Yeah,
10
click every unit.
times.
Yeah, click every unit. You'll enjoy what we've done there. What we've put there in terms of uh, let's say puns, Easter eggs, and so on.
Yeah, so subscribe to all the channels, leave a comment, all that. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have any, um closing words.
Yeah, I
Um
would like to say that. I would like to say, please have patience. I know you guys. Like, I'm speaking to the community that some people got disappointed in ambitious projects in the past. But I want to say that uh, please have patience. Please have faith in us. We're working hard on this. Uh, Anything good requires time, so have patience. I hope that we deliver what we promised, but keep on waiting. We'll do regular updates. We will not abandon this. And if you have any questions, guys, our public Discord is always open. And hopefully, if you can donate, please don't hesitate to donate to us. Your donation is very welcome. Your
I tried
donation
to
is
reach
very
it.
try not. No, that's the right hand, like the ET stuff, So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to you, to put the light on many important matters in regards to this project, and hopefully the fans and you learn something important about us. And that's it. Hopefully we can speak in the future. Well, hopefully when we next time when we release the org campaign, we're expecting that a new hype surge will happen, when we officially release the org campaign, and then we can work quietly, happily on the human campaign, and so on and so forth until we finish.
So yeah, dude, sounds lovely. I would love to. I'm gonna be playing your demo tomorrow. I'm excited.
Ho- I
Excited to
hope
play
you
the
enjoy.
orc one. I'm sure.
I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, man. All right, so everyone have a great day. I hope you feel better. Yeah, all links in bio. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for your time.